Welcome back, wonderful humans. I'm Danielle and I currently live alone and I'm trying to shift towards healthier meals whilst remaining on a budget. I tried to look at what I was going to eat this week in terms of what I already had in the cupboards just to try to reduce my costs a little bit. And actually, quite a lot of what I did spend isn't even on food items, just on random bits and bobs. So, without further ado, here is what I did end up getting this week. So, I ended up getting some pak choy. I wasn't 100% sure whether Lidl actually, or at least my Lidl, did pak choy, but they did, so I picked some of that up for a recipe I have planned. And then I got some baby plum tomatoes as well. And I've done it so that the first price you see is the normal full price, and then the price in brackets, it's a mixture of either any discounts that I have, or if there's anything in terms of that £5 off little voucher that I had that reduced the price for everything because of the way that they do the calculations. I also grabbed a bag of lemon and limes, perfect for a few recipes I have coming up, or just popping into a few drinks as well. Then I topped up on some more reduced fat soft cheese. I still have a little bit left, but I do have a recipe that needs some, and then I wanted to have some on backup. My mum had 15% off for some ready rolled puff pastry, and I already had some pies jotted down on my list. So I might do that and then a little bit of baking as well during the week. And I grabbed some asparagus tips. Again, there's a recipe that I want to do for this, and then I'll probably use the rest as sort of part of a quick lunch or something as well, one of the days. And I'd used all of my easy peelers up, so again, I just picked some more of those up as well. And obviously, super useful to have as kind of snacks and everything, or as part of a quick breakfast. And I grabbed some baby butter mushrooms. Again, I have a recipe or two that needs some mushrooms, but I actually quite enjoy a baby butter mushroom if I clean them up just to eat them as they are as well. And then I grabbed some more salad just to have as sort of part of lunches or perhaps on the side of something. I'm planning on to do a risotto. And I will be showing, as always, what meals I do plan on having throughout the week at the end of this video as well. And I grabbed some fresh coriander because I hate to say it, but I may or may not have managed to have killed all of the plants that I had. And therefore, my coriander plant is a little bit dead. So I just grabbed a bag of it and I'll figure out what to do with the rest of it. And I don't need any this week, but last week they didn't have any bicarbonate of soda. So I wanted to make sure that I picked some up now whilst they actually had it so that when I do need it, it's there. And obviously, it is a pretty useful thing to have as well. And I'm running quite low on sesame oil. And I think that there's a recipe that needs it this week. And then I would be completely out. So I did just want to pick some more up this week as well, whilst I had a smaller amount of things I was purchasing. And I grabbed some parsley. Again, there's a recipe that I need for it. There was a recipe I needed for it last week and I forgot to pick some up. So I made sure to get that. And then I'm running low on mixed herbs. So I made sure to pick some more up. And I grabbed some sage as well. They didn't have any sage leaves specifically. So getting some dried sage sort of that's already ground up seemed like the best alternative. And then I picked up some coconut water from the fridge section. I just wanted to get something a bit different. I wanted to get something a bit sort of sweet and sort of out there, but without it being sort of actually super loaded with sort of sugar and everything. So I just got that. And then I got some of the sort of stainless steel scourers. I normally actually just attach this to a little thing that I have in the kitchen and use it to help clean my actual sink and sort of the draining board and everything. So they tend to last me quite a while, but I just needed to get a new one. And then I got some cling film. I have baking powder and foil, but sometimes that isn't what you need, especially if I was sort of marinating something to pop it into the fridge or just obviously wanting to wrap something up a little bit better that sits in the cupboard as well. And then I'd completely used up my eggs. So I just wanted to pick some more up again, either if I do some baking or if I just want to have something as either part of a breakfast or a lunch one day of the week as well. Or in fact, I might end up doing it with one of the sort of a couple with some of one of the dinners that I have. And then I had my Lidl Plus free item based on sort of what their Christmas advent calendar that they've going on. So I grabbed one of the chocolate orange mini loaves. I was going to get a speculoos one, but they didn't have any of those left. But I like chocolate orange anyway, and I'm sure I'll enjoy that when I do get round to eating it. But then I picked up 2 candles. I picked up the winterberry wreath one and the hot apple pie one. I love the hot apple pie one, and I still have some left of one of them, but we hadn't seen them around for a while, so I decided to pick another one up whilst I could. And they're also at a pretty decent price, and they burn well, and they have a good scent kick as well. And then I got myself a spirograph, which I know might seem a bit of a ridiculous thing to purchase, but Sometimes I just love little bits of crafty things and sort of to be able to doodle. This is just a nice, simple way of doing it without really thinking. Obviously, I can just use them on paper once I've sort of used up some of the glittery sheets as well. So I definitely spent quite a lot on those rather than actual sort of, in fairness, on that and the candles more than actual food. But I do intend to make these sort of meals over the week. I'm going to attempt giving those tuna sushi balls another go as well. But otherwise, pretty simple, basic foods. But as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll catch you in the next one.